Linda Barcz is here taking your plant and garden questions at 270-9933. Welcome back.
Good to be here, Mark.
Pretty yellow flowers.
Isn't it? You know, sometimes I grab things because they have cute names. I didn't realize the name of this. That's yellow polka dot bikini black-eyed Susan. So that's a mouthful, huh? But nice plant. It's a perennial. It'll come back year after year. Lightens up the garden this time of the year. Full sun would be best. And then down in front of it is a plant that caught my eye because it's actually starting to turn fall color. It's called My Monet, Waigele Sunset, and see, this is the foliage during the summer, and then you see over to the side where it's getting sort of turning an orangey one, very cooperating in one plant. And then behind it, up a little bit taller, if you can get that, that's that tiger eye sumac, and that again, that's going to get a brilliant red fall color combined with this chartreuse.
That's beautiful.
It is.
All right, let's get to the phones. We will start with Joanne in Wanakee. Hi, Joanne. What's your question?
Hi, I have a hibiscus that is an older plant, and it's being invaded by white flies.
Ooh, is this a plant that you have outside, or is it inside? Outside.
No, it's outside of my porch, and I've sprayed it with soapy water. I've sprayed it with the ortho insecticide.
Yeah, I must admit, white fly are very difficult to control because by the time you're seeing them fly around, there's going to be lots and lots of little eggs that are laid on the underside of the leaf, and perhaps I think that white fly are difficult and you're going to have to spray on a regular basis. Maybe move it outside and make sure that you concentrate on the undersides of the leaves. Usually inside of a porch, you don't want to spray enough.
Take it outside and really spray it out.
And then do it in another week because the eggs will hatch and then you'll have another.
And then they'll lay eggs?
Yes, they will.
Okay, let's go to Kay in Fort Atkinson. Hi, Kay.
Hi, I have a question for myself and my neighbors. Our potted impatient plants have lost all of their leaves and just have the stems now. So we're wondering if they'll come back or if it's a disease or what should we do?
There are some issues that we're having with impatiens, and I think that as long as these are potted, I'm not as concerned about this. It's when they're planted in the ground because the leaves that are dropped can then infect the plants next year. So what I would suggest is that you can cut them back and see if they'll bounce back now that we have some nice cooler weather, but I would get rid of that soil next year before you replant.
Okay, but if in the ground, then you should
get rid of that soil, yeah. And if you have it in a flower bed, that can really be problematic, and you don't want to replant it with impatiens again.
All right, we had a question from Tom in Oregon, but I don't think that he's there. He wants to know when you should harvest hops.
Oh, I'm going to have to learn about hops. I'm not positive of that, and I know it's becoming very popular. It's going to be a cash crop for some folks, so I don't know, Tom, but I will try to remember and mention it next Monday.
All right, let's go to Martha in Janesville. Hi, Martha. Martha, you there? She has planted pots with tomatoes, and they're cracking. The tomatoes are cracking.
Tomatoes are cracking. That can be the result of, well, it's partly probably your watering pattern, but if they don't get adequate calcium, that can also contribute to that because the skin is not as firm as it should be. So watch your watering. Don't let the soil get really dry between waterings, and then supplement with calcium because as you're watering, you're leaching all of the calcium out of that soil profile, so you have to supplement.
Yeah, you can't let them dry out. That's the problem, right?
Yes, you want a nice even moisture, and in containers, it can be difficult, especially if the container is too small. I like to go with something that's pretty good sized pot so it doesn't dry out as fast.
All right, let's go to Agnes in Middleton. Hi, Agnes, what's your question? Agnes, you there? I think her Christmas cactus is dying.
Oh. Well, you know, if there's a section of the plant that is not looking good, you can remove that. But again, that's a plant that tends to be very sensitive to soil-borne organisms like Pythium and Phytaphthora. I think take off the section that's bad. If it's rotting, the whole thing is rotting, of course, he's lost it. And watering is critical with those plants. You don't want to let it sit in moisture too long because it is a succulent. So you want to let in that case, you do let the soil dry.
Okay. All right, we're out of time. If you're on the line, stay there. Linda will talk to you off the air. You need help carrying all these things out of here?
Yes, I do.
See you next week. We'll be right back with a final check of your forecast.